So everybody loves starchy foods, things like rice, bread, potatoes, and things like that. But the thing is, a lot of people love these foods to be warm and hot and straight out of the oven. Well, let me tell you a little bit of a secret here. If you're worried about weight management, if you want your gut to be a little bit happier and healthier, and if you don't want your insulin to spike right after you eat these foods, the trick is cool these foods off. Now, potatoes are our biggest example here, and my cat doesn't want to stay with me anymore. Potatoes are the biggest example here. Why is that? Because something called resistant starch results from cooling these starchy foods up. So it goes through a process called retrogradation. So what happens is the starch becomes digestible once you cook this food. Now, once you allow the food to cool down, this starch turns from something in your gut that spikes your insulin and gets processed quickly to act more like fiber. So this resistant starch goes to your gut a lot slower, allows to feed the microbiome of your gut, and overall makes you feel full for longer, feeds your gut bacteria, and also doesn't result in insulin spikes. Now again, potatoes are the best example for this because different starchy food respond differently and get different amount of this resistant starch. So it all depends on how long you cook them, how you cook them, the amount of starch that's in the food, etc. So all these factors come into play. But potatoes have been studied to be the best form of resistant starch once it's cooled off. Now, of course, you don't have to eat these foods cold, like put them in the fridge and then enjoy them, quote unquote, cold. You can reheat the food, and the resistant starch that gets formed after the cooling doesn't lose that form unless you throw the food back into a boiling pot or things like that. So the trick is, cook your potatoes or your rice or make your bread if you make your own the way you usually do them. Once they're hot, allow them to cool off, maybe even store them in the fridge for a little bit. And afterwards, gently warm them or lukewarm them up. Then enjoy them. It'll have better health benefits. You'll feed your gut better and you won't get that insulin spike. You'll watch your weight better or you lose weight from it, etc. So for more ideas like this, check out physiondynamics.com.